According to the United Nations, more than 14 million young women give birth each year, and 90% of that number live in developing countries like Ghana. The 2008 statistics from the Ghana Health Service indicates that about 350 abortion cases occur out of every 100,000 live births, in addition to other complications that arise as a result. This unfortunate situation has largely been blamed on parents' inability to enlighten their children on sex education. In a typical Ghanaian home, it is forbidden for certain words related to sex to be mentioned. In such settings, children are taught to know penis as dick, vagina as pussy, sex as odie, kakai, and other interesting funny names.
Na shomo alo shikamo no kwa mashuwe mbile jemi enye magbla mi machonle mashuele eja ka shikadi ogbla mi o chonle bebo o chonle gbene ya onye matela ka shine na fi ene hin lo ene hin mashuwe bu han lo kwekra. In schools, teachers become the next point of call in the absence of parents, as they hold the fort for several hours and days training young people. But the big question is, are they also able to openly discuss topic on sex with pupils in class? The sarcasm, giggling and murmuring whenever teachers pronounce certain sexuality-related words often defeat the purpose for having such lessons. Thus, the pupils are unable to benefit effectively. Perhaps the concern over young people not having enough knowledge on sexuality may be contested in the minds of people. What I did, therefore, was to visit town to gauge young people's minds on certain sexuality terms, key of which was the word "yeah," one of many terms which appear to be corrupted in meaning as a result of people's bid to be moderate with discussions on adolescent sexual and reproductive health issues. Do not just take keen interest in what they told me, but the new insights and explanations resource persons shall provide right after.
I don't know what to say. It's nice, painful.
It's okay.
Oh, what kind of question is this? No. Yeah, it's more fine. For the first time, it was a little bit painful, but for the rest, it was normal.
So far, 3 days.
It was obvious that the meaning these young people ascribed to the word "yeah" was to have sex, leading to the discomfort they exhibited in answering my question. But interestingly, the term "yeah" has a different and original meaning. Ni Kwate Olemla, an elder of Ga Asre Papachewe, tells us more.
The moment you mention the word in Ga, then everybody sits up and they think it's profane, but it isn't. Where in the actual sense, it's not the same as lovemaking, but rather means going to, in the Ghana, going to marry somebody for somebody. The guy says, it doesn't mean he went and made love to the woman for her son, but it means he went to actually marry or ask the lady's hand in marriage for his son. The guy word for lovemaking, bole.
Lack of adequate sexual education has brought a situation where many young people are being misled by their peers and having unprotected sex. Many of the ladies end up with unwanted pregnancy, drop out from school, and some who attempt to abort die as a result. In the face of these, we sought to know from an expert how best the sexuality needs of young people can effectively be addressed.
Parents, as you are with your children too, please, you have to time them, especially the boys. They will be playing with the penis for some time, which is not good. So you advise such a boy. Ladies too, you will see that she will put the hand near the vulva, playing with it, practice this kissing and other things, which is not good. That introduced them to this sexual abuse. Those from 12 years and above, and you feel the child is in such a mood, then you have to advise the child to come to the family planning center to be protected against sex.
The more we have frank discussions with young people on sex, the very well informed they become and better they stand to protect themselves. So as a parent, perhaps you'd want to reconsider always having to switch over the TV channel whenever a kissing scene is about to be shown. Through whatever means, the child will find it out anyway. Instead, give them reasons with explanations on why they should not go and engage in such nude acts. You may also probably now want to give them a warm hug and peg on the cheek whenever they wake up from bed before they reach the right level for that is, to marry. For Metro Television News, this is Gabriel Obodai Torgbor-Ashong reporting.